You are only a nimitta matram. So beautifully described by Krishna to Arjuna. When Arjuna says, whom am I fighting? I don't want to fight. Whom am I fighting? My own brothers, my own cousins, my own uncles, my own teacher, my own guru. How can I kill them? So he puts the Gandiva down. What does Krishna tell him? Because Einstein's theories were all proved wrong by 16 experiments. But only this fellow said, no, I am going to repeat that experiment. And he alone did the experiment, said Einstein is right, Newton is wrong. So Einstein said, okay, this fellow must get a Nobel Prize. So he had the curve, or he got. So that's the story of our friend Stanley Arthur Eddington, who said, science is after all fish net hypothesis. So friends, in the quantum worldview, you see this whole world not as a reality, but as happenings. So beautifully described by Krishna to Arjuna. When Arjuna says, whom am I fighting? I don't want to fight. Whom am I fighting? My own brothers, my own cousins, my own uncles, my own teacher, my own guru. How can I kill them? So he puts the Gandiva down. What does Krishna tell him? Anarya justam o Partha. You are not an Arya. That means you are not authentic. You are not a good human being. You promise something to your brother that you will fight on the strength of which he came to the war. Now in the war field you say, I am not going to fight. So you are Anarya justam o Partha. Akirti param. You will not get kirti. You will not. Aswargiyam. You will never go to Swarga. So don't do that. You feel. Because you are not killing them. They are all dead. In quantum physics they are dead. You are only a nimitta matram. I'm not joking. This is exactly what Hans Peter Dew says. Haps. Haps is happenings. They just happen. Time doesn't move. You know, it's 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, all this is our conception. That movements happen. At 5 o'clock, we were in the Ferguson Road. At 6 o'clock, I am inside this hall. That's how time has changed. But time is the same. My grandmother's time also, the same time happened. Same thing happened. But we think time is moving. Then, of course, ordinary physics write time and this and that, and then write books and stories, nice stories. You all read and pay money. But real thing is, time doesn't change. We change. That's called entropy. And we should stop that entropy by what's called negative entropy, by evolution. And that can be beautifully done by meditation, yoga, and pranayama. What a beautiful thought. Pranayama, movement of prana, the life energy. And I saw a beautiful book in one of the American schools of yoga. You know, there are about 43 schools. One school I happened to go for a lecture and saw a book written by the owner of the school. And she has written Usha Yoga. Usha is her name. So Usha Yoga. All kinds of yogas are there. Here also people have their names. And then she has written Prana plus Yama, Pranayama. So I told her, don't bring Yama into this. Change the book. Don't bring Yama. Because of course, Yama is all right for we doctors. You don't know that? Vaidhyarajo namastubhyam, Yamaraja sahodara. You are Yama's brother. It's a compliment. Because Yama is the only god who is very ethical. He kills the dog or the king the same way. Whereas all of us, king the separate death and dog the different death. No, Yama same. It's a compliment. But the next one is Yamastu harati pranan. Yama only takes life. Vaidhyo pranan dhananicha. You take life and money both. It is money that has spoiled science. Up until money came into this world, science was pure. Science had compassion. Science had some love. Science had an aim to try and understand this world. But after money came, science became money because money spoils everything. You didn't know that. You didn't know? Before money came into the world, this world was so happy that nobody had any disease. When money came, disease came. Now recently, 2 months ago, there was a beautiful study published in the most prestigious journal called The Lancet. This study studied an aboriginal race called Shimea. It's spelled as Tsimane. Tsimane. And the Tsimane are a tribe in the deep down Amazon forest on the Bolivian side, on the Brazilian side. And these people lived up to 100 years. They don't even wear any dress. They are stark naked. And they know what to do and what treatment to take for any disease. And they are very happy and contented, absolutely contented. Now, this study was done and the Western science interpreted the study as saying that, see, they were working very hard. They were using 17,000 feet walking and our exercise is only 10,000, so they are better. And they are eating good food because they are eating the same food. But one thing they have never understood, what is their mind? A very interesting study of the mind. Where is the mind? Where is the mind? Never mind. Where is the mind? Younger generation. All over the body. All over the body. All over the body. Nobody wants to buy mind is in the brain. Man who said mind is in the brain got the Nobel Prize, man. So you may also get a Nobel Prize. Wilder Penfield was a Canadian neurosurgeon who said mind is in the brain in the 50s. Of course, in the 70s, he said, I'm sorry, mind cannot be in an organ like the brain. Mind is such a vast thing. Mind is a whole universe. Consciousness. Your whole consciousness is called your mind. And you are a part of this universal mind. So your mind and my mind are so closely connected. That's why I called you in the beginning, brothers and sisters of Pune, because you are closer to me than my sister. If I had one, I don't have one. But if I had one, you're closer than to me because you're closer now. My sister is not here. So my mind and your mind, my body, your body is very close. We are brothers, sisters. So this concept of the mind is the body. Remember that? Mind is simply the illusion which you see as a human body. Which means if you have a pain in the neck, you are not having a pain in the neck, you are a pain in the neck. Did you understand that? Once you understand that, you can very easily get rid of the pain. There was this girl who should have got the Nobel Prize because she did some fantastic work in the NIH. Her name is Candace Pert. And she, for the first time, found out there are opiate receptors outside the brain. And this, she took so much of time, but her boss wanted to steal the data. He's a big man, Saul Snyder, NIH chief. NIH is a palace in science in America, and he was a chief. So he stole her data when she was on holiday and quickly went and published it and got the Lasker Award and published it for the Nobel Prize, which was picked up. This girl came and found out the thing, went to the Nobel Committee, fought. You know, some of these girls can fight, real fighter. She fought and saw that the Nobel Committee cancelled his Nobel Prize. And she also didn't get a Nobel Prize, the bargain. And what happened was, she was dismissed from her job. Saul Snyder said, who are you to complain against me? You know, this is how it happens in big institutes. Boss is a tiger now. So her blood pressure started going up. So she was thrown out. But she wrote this book called Molecules of Emotion. Write down, Molecules of Emotion. Fascinating book. Where she